Hey guys, Rocket Blade here. Once again. What's up, everybody? So, Konami. At this point, do you even care about your licenses anymore? Honestly, do you even care? If you're wondering, hey Rocket Blade, what do you mean? Well, a new Contra game came out for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. In case you're wondering, how did it do? It did bad. I'm talking bad. I've seen nothing higher than a 4 based on reviews I've seen thus far. I know Jim Sterling, shout out to his channel, ripped that game apart, deservingly so, because, like, my god, this game is, like, just awful. Like, awful. I think he said it so, someone person on the comment section said it best. It looks like an asset flip. You would see on Steam trying to, kind of trying to compose itself as a Contra game or trying to be a Contra wannabe. It's something you see on Steam or they're trying to get a quick buck, but it's not. It's an officially licensed game, quote unquote, from Konami, and it's just they don't give. It's like they didn't give a shit. It looks. I mean, granted, it's not the best looking game in the world. I admit it does look bad. Heck, say what you will, but I think everyone in this video would agree that the Link's Awakening remake looks a lot better than whatever the hell they're doing with the new Contra game. And it's $40. Oh, and check this shit out. There's a season pass too. Really? And now, it's probably, I'm not the biggest Contra fan. I didn't really grow up with it. The only game I really played was the Rebirth one that came out for the Wii, and I remember playing here and there as a kid, but didn't really get too far because I sucked at it. Alien Wars on the SNES. So I had a little bit of history with it, but not. Oh my god, I'm a big Contra fan, but I respect it. It kind of reminds me I guess it's Konami's answer to Metal Slug. But my opinion, Metal Slug is better, but still, Contra's. It has a whole collection to prove that it can be just as good, if not better, than Metal Slug. Someone argue, and I'm not disagree with them on that, but it just, it's like that's why I feel like at this point, after what happened with this game, that's why I put the title I put on this video. That honestly, they should just sell their licenses. Just sell it. Because the only thing they really care about anymore is pachinko machines and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's it. And it's funny, the last time I talked about Konami was the fact that, our Duel Links is now getting better a little bit, because beforehand, Duel Links was kind of slowly going down the crapper. Now it's recovering, thankfully. And I'm like, I'm using more Konami. This is the last thing that Americans even care about in terms of your brand. If you destroy that, you're dead. And then they realized that and they woke the fuck up, and now it's bouncing back and getting better again. They're still doing annoying things here and there, but it wasn't as good as it once was, but they're still putting effort, so it's getting a lot better. So I'm trying to say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is getting a lot better than it was. It's going down a better path than the previous path it was going down towards. It's heading towards a train wreck now. It's trying to swerve out of traffic to get to a better path. Try to get back to its glory days when it first came out. So, oh yeah, and here's the thing I haven't mentioned, by the way, because about the game, that ultimately why I'm never gonna get it. Ultimately, there's just two things that killed it for me. Just think these two ultimate things. First one being that I'm not the biggest Contra fan, but based on Let's Plays and reviews I've seen on Contra games, it's like those bullet hell plane games, but except you're a person, not a robot or a plane. You're a person just non-stop shooting robots and aliens to save the world. Just non-stop, just Like you got like dodge, dodge, roll, shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a fast pace in your There's a fast pace in your tense arcade type of shooter type of game that people love. And someone's like, you know what? It doesn't need all that. Nah. What it needs, like, after you shoot it for about a good 10 seconds, the gun overheats. You have to wait until the gun stops overheating. What? Like, again, I'm not a Contra fan. I'm like, Nani? Really? Too okay this? I could see it was like to do that for like a overpowered like sub weapon that does like massive damage to like mini boss or sub boss enemies. So they wanted it to be broken. So it's like you can only it overheats and you can only use it after like you can only reuse it after like 20 seconds or something like that, or 30 seconds or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But like this is for both your main gun and sub weapons. Again, who the hell thought this was a good idea? Honestly. And that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. You can't pause the game at all. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, Rocket Blade, I heard there's online for this game. Do you mean online? I mean, there must be, do you mean for the online? We play online co-op with people, which, by the way, you can co-op online with people, and based on the reviews and just the negative reception I was getting from the trailer, no one seemed interested. No one's online playing this game, which I don't blame them. They guess right because this game's doing bad critically. But no, even if you have like no friends, unfortunately, let's say hypothetically you have no friends, you want to play the game by yourself, you can't pause it even in single player mode. So even if you can play the game by yourself offline with nobody, you can't pause it to go say, I need to go to the bathroom. Nope, it'll just keep going. The last time a game did that, from what I can recall, was way back in the N64 days with Goemon, the Mystical Ninja, on the Nintendo 64. You at one point you got this big version of like a robot. I think the main character is called Goemon, I believe. I could be wrong. And he got into like the main character, the little ninja character, gets like a big mech version of himself. And you kind of like walking like in a path, like in an on-rail like path. You just like punch stuff. You couldn't pause that. But after that whole sequence is done, and you finish it, you can go back and pause it. Once you go back to the being on the really like running around doing stuff, you go back to pausing the game. So I understand maybe, again, it's still stupid and dumb, and again, I can see it was for online, but seriously, it's like, I can understand maybe I wouldn't excuse it, but like, I'd be like, I guess if you have to do this, I guess, like for certain boss fights or certain things you can't pause it, or at least, hey, you can't pause it, at least give a warning, hey, after this certain point during this boss fight, you can't pause it for whatever reason, I don't know, but it's like, imagine that whole sequence I just mentioned with Goemon, the Mystical Ninja on 64, but except you can't pause the entire game. Someone saw that, someone split that game and was like, you know what, this should be for the entire game, not just for that small little section. What? Who okayed this? Did someone just drink this, just chugged a big bottle of wine and like, yeah, that's a good idea. What? Dude. The quality angry video nerd. What were you thinking? Seriously. So not only the graphics look, I have to admit, garbage, and no one's playing online. I mean, sure, there's couch co-op, but for those, there's local co-op, there's still that, thank God. But that's not saying much. No one's playing online. Even I was like, what? So like the panda character was like, what the fuck is this? It seems so out of place. Sure, the main hero, this female, and the main hero, this female, and even this alien guy looked pretty cool. But the panda character is like, who the fuck are you and why are you in this game? It feels like a lost, like, she kind of remember the panda character from, the female panda character from Tekken, but it was a dude and on roids, thinking it's like Rambo, but lame. It's like lame Kung Fu Panda. Is this I'm sorry, I'm just at a loss for words because this is one of those things like, who okayed this? And granted, it's I know some people use the excuse, well, it's not a full retail price game, it's only $40. But still, considering what's coming out in the next few months, why waste your fucking money? I mean, September alone, there's already this month, for what I can recall, even from last month, in terms of games to get, there's Fire Emblem. Yeah, in July, and back in July, there was Fire Emblem Three Houses. Here in September, there's Gears 5, Borderlands 3, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. There goes 4 games right there. Plus, late October, we have Luigi's Mansion. November, Death Stranding is coming. And if you're wondering, well, how do you share about that? I just saw on the news articles that Death Stranding just went gold. So it's coming out on that date no matter what. Kojima had the master disc in his hand, along with pictures of the entire staff saying, we did it. So it's coming out in November. So that's another game to get. Plus Call of Duty, which we'll do a separate video on that, which, I mean, if you want to, if you're a hardcore fan, cool, but I would recommend hold on not buying it. Again, there's a video coming addressing that shit. Oh boy. I mean, of course, Shenmue coming out in December. Shenmue 3, I should say. And of course, also in November, going back up of November, there's Pokemon Sword and Shield. So there's so much better options to get in comparison to this crappy Contra game. It's not worth your time or effort, and especially hard-earned money. Hell no. And that's why, in my opinion, it should be sold. In my opinion, I think it should be sold to Nintendo. Because I think Nintendo has a good relationship with Way Forward. Have them make the Contra, have them work on the Contra series, and because I played one of their few of their games. I believe My Switch Force is one of them, and I really enjoyed that. So, I don't see why not. I mean, I believe they can do a good job. I believe, and also Way Forward have done some of the like licensed games. I think I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, because there's a Thor game and an Aliens game on DS. Their console counterparts did crappy, yet the handheld versions were great because, again, Way Forward. I think Way Forward did those games. I want to say the Alien game for sure. I'm not sure about Thor, but if it is, it just further proves my point why they more than deserve the game, more than likely can handle the license with no problem whatsoever. As far as Metal Gear, I don't know. Honestly, I think, even though Konami hates it, though, I think it would be a cool idea. I would like for a third party company, let's say a Ubisoft buys the license, and then just sells it at a cheaper price to Kojima. That'd be a giant fuck you to Konami. And honestly, I would love something like that. I was just thinking about that earlier today. Man, wouldn't it be some shit? So the developer Ubisoft, hey, we'll give you this money to buy the rights off of you, and then buy everything off you. And Konami's like, okay, here you go, and only to go around Konami's back, here, Kojima, here, now you can continue the legacy of Metal Gear in your vision, not whatever the hell they're doing with the license. Seriously. And again, Castlevania, again, Nintendo. I mean, since the guy's no longer, the main creator's not doing Castlevania anymore, hire him on, have him get a team, because Bloodstain is doing amazing. Hire him on for your Castlevania games, boom, right there, bam. Another hit franchise in your hands. Ninja Turtles, again, Way Forward. Have them work on some beat 'em ups with it. I think it's something with the Ninja Turtle license, since Konami owns that, and then X-Men, it's owned by Marvel. I think you guys can do like a proper sequel to it. Again, I give it to Way Forward or maybe Iron Galaxy. Point being, I think Nintendo and anyone else, in fact, in the comment section below, tell me your favorite Konami game before they went to shit, and which developer or company that's out now that you would feel that will give it the respect that these games deserve. Because you can see, Konami doesn't give a shit anymore. And I thought, man, as bad as Metal Gear Survive was, I thought there's no way they can sink any more low than this. And they come out with the new Contra game, and they're like, hold my beer, or in this case, hold my wine. But you get my point. They just didn't give a shit at all. And honestly, Konami, just sell it. Just sell it, because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I think everyone will be rejoiced when that happens. Everyone would rejoice, because honestly, you don't know what the hell you're doing. All you've been doing nowadays is focusing on pachinkos and Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's it. Everything else is like you're doing this to it, and you don't deserve it. Come on. I mean, you got the excellent Metal Gears franchise. You have Castlevania. You have Contra, Suikoden, Suikoden, which is like an underrated RPG series. Again, I would get that to the Fire Emblem team. Oh my! Imagine the same people that did Three Houses do a new Suikoden game. Imagine how amazing that would be. I bet you'd be like throwing money at the screen right now. That was a real thing. But as long as it's in the hands of these greedy dumbasses, we're not gonna get that. And we're gonna get maybe cheap mobile knockoffs. Like, it's another thing. They fucking announced another Castlevania game, but which I'm not sure it's on mobile, but it looks like a mobile title. It really does. Looks very mobile-y. I'm not sure if it'll be on console or not, but it looks like a mobile title. It doesn't look really that good at all. So it's like they don't know what they're doing. So honestly, just sell it to someone who would care. Because honestly, I think they would give it proper justice. Because that's all like I said. I know I'm repeating myself, but all you're doing is just either pachinko or Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like you're doing this to everything else. And honestly, these licenses deserve better. That's just my opinion. Alright guys, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this whole matter. Like, comment, subscribe, and so is Rocket Blade. Signing out. Hope to see you guys again soon. Peace out, and have a great day.